that done?
Yeah,
after.
Okay,
Ready? Katie.
I can't get them up.
Yes, that was a local New Mexican, and golly, Jenna, hand me that CD because it's written on the actual CD who it was here. Heidi Svedberg and the Berkians with their New Mexico vote song. How can we encourage you to go vote? Today is the last day. You may vote early. Then you won't be able to vote tomorrow, and you won't be able to vote Monday. And then Tuesday, you're going to stand in a really long line. So go today and vote.
You know, I like going and standing in line on the election day. I like the feel of it. I like the excitement of going on the actual day and doing that. And a friend of mine chastised me that. My friend Pony in Austin said, well, vote early, and then if you really want to go hang out in line, just go hang out in line and talk to people.
Yeah, you know what I'm going to say, your friend is right. Vote early because, A, you now have Tegan, and you have
also
not,
known as Turtleface Malone.
and you have not stood in line with a baby for hours. It's a little bit harder.
Right, it's true. I have not. But then I'll just be on Tuesday. I'll just be that crazy guy hanging around talking to people in line.
Well, that's okay. You won't be alone in that position, actually.
Well, that's true.
Also, it's really worth mentioning that you may not wear any election gear when you go to vote. Not a hat, not a shirt, not a sticker, not a button, and not anything.
What if I wear a shirt for my candidate and put another shirt over it?
That you can do. You have to hide all your election propaganda, basically, is how it has to work. So, for example, I have a candidate's button on my purse. I have to take that off to go to the polls. Yeah.
Vote early, vote often.
Yeah, that's what they said in Chicago when I was growing up. Vote early, vote often. That's kind of a joke. Because you know what? You can't vote often. Unless you vote every election.
Actually, yes, you can. You just have to vote. You just have to vote every election that happens
Well, that's a good point.
in your place.
That's right. Vote early, vote every election. That's what we're encouraging from you. Aria Pantiki. Did I say it right? Aria, hi, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Well, what I want to know is, you're a kid. Tell me how old you are.
I'm 9 years old.
Really? And go to school here in Albuquerque?
Yes.
What school do you go to?
I'm down in day school.
All right. Aria, you have come here today because you emailed me and said, I love to do elocutions.
Yeah.
What's an elocution?
It's kind of like a speech.
Uh-huh. It's kind of like a speech. Cool. Wow. And you have an elocution here today for us, is that right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, Aria, please take it away.
Politics, politics, politics. My parents drive me crazy. But even I think it's important, even though I'm only 9 years old. These days, everyone is talking about the next president. Almost anyone would be better than the president we have had for 8 years. Oops, I'm sorry, said that on the radio. But I don't like what President Bush has done to us and to our country and to our planet and to the rest of the world. This is politics. Some people like what our presidents did and others hate it. There are good presidents and bad presidents, but they always have a huge effect on our world. I want a president who's a real leader, who's intelligent and makes us think, and who can be our face to the world. Today, people everywhere hate the American government. I want them to love us once again. I want a president who cares for our planet and not just for himself and his friends. I want a president who likes to read. Abraham Lincoln said, "The things I want to know are in a book. My best friend is a man who brings me a book I haven't read." I want a president we can all be proud of. I am ashamed of the things that President Bush has done. Now, people everywhere think that all Americans are like him. I think war is a terrible thing. We are killing lots of people and causing a lot of suffering. President Kennedy said we must put an end to wars or wars would put an end to us all. We need to protect the trees and animals. And all Bush cares about is oil and his rich and powerful friends. I saw a funny bumper sticker that said, "More trees, less Bush." President Kennedy said, if our country cannot help the many who are poor, then it cannot save the few who are rich. People loved Kennedy, trusted him, looked up to him. Now we don't trust our politicians because they lie to us all the time. But we are smart, and we know when they're trying to fool us. As Barack Obama said, a pig with lipstick is still a pig. Barack Obama has made people excited again. He wants to end the war with Iraq, and he really cares about people. He wants to solve the problem of global warming. He cares about our planet. He wants to treat other countries better and to talk to our leaders. I think they will like us a lot more if he is elected president. I am hoping that Barack Obama becomes president. I would vote for him if I could. Can't wait until I'm 18 so I can vote. Thank you for listening.
Arias, 9 years old, sits in Albuquerque, New Mexico. You're tuned to the Children's Hour right here on KUNM.
Rock, that was great.
Nice!
That was fantastic. 9 years old, I can't believe it.
But I usually
Hotline is in the corner. Hotline is in the corner. It says hotline.
Darth Vader. I vote for Darth Vader.
Hotline.
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 I usually remember it, but I didn't.
Okay,
Oh,
so your
yeah,
bag
I
is
understand.
Bessie.
I do poetry. I memorize my poems.
We usually, we usually,
Fair and balanced? What happened to you?
we couldn't
just hung
make,
up.
we couldn't really make stuff.
Okay, I want to bring this down. I don't know, I got disconnected.
It's hard
Okay,
work
bring this
to
down.
write
We're
it
going to do
first.
this.
You
All
both,
right.
really.
Bring it down. Did you bring up some lines?
So you kind of write it together.
Okay.
Good job, Dan.
Bring it down halfway.
Provides Fourth Class, 2nd Street Brewery in Santa Fe, serving
I
handcrafted
want
beer,
armadillos
live
to have
music,
tax
and Italian
breaks.
dining,
They pay
open
way
7
too much
days a week
taxes.
for lunch and dinner.
Yes,
Oktoberfest is
exactly
all
$0.
at 2nd Street Brewery.
They need a
next to
tax
the new
rebate.
Rail Runner Railroad tracks at 1814 2nd Street.
We met our pledge drive goal thanks to our volunteers, to Flying Star for providing meals, to
Bring me
Writing
to
for
the,
Lucky, and
no
Chocolate
way.
Cafe
I'm
for
gonna
snacks.
do this first.
Thanks to our prize donors,
Tell him not to
Downtown
worry.
Scooters, 7th Generation
my
Products,
friend
DC
Dad
Designs,
told me
Betty's
that
Bath
he's
and Day
gonna
Spa,
vote-
Season,
Yeah,
Bright
you edit this ad.
Saatchi
He's
Organics,
gonna
Go
vote
up a
that.
little bit and then bring it
Thanks
down
to
and I'll talk
everyone who
over it.
donated by mail.